That's my coffee, not yours. These 3 sewing projects have been living in my brain rent-free. And at this point, it's starting to feel a little bit like a psychological takeover. So I can't start anything until I get these 3 figured out. Hi, hello, welcome back. So I've hit that stage of sewing where I have too many ideas, but at the same time, I'm also feeling completely stuck. And there are a couple ideas that they keep coming back. They're niggling at the back of my brain, and they're not gonna let me forget about them until I do something about them. So that's what we're doing today, because historically ignoring these ideas does not go well, because everything I make that isn't them is just gonna disappoint me in some way. So rather than deal with that disappointment, I figured I may as well sit down and make a plan to actually make the 3 projects that have been occupying way too much of my brain space. Pretty sure all of the sugar is just sitting at the bottom. First up, honestly, the most practical project of the 3, I need a utility jacket. And when I say utility, I mean utility. Like, we're talking, I want this thing to replace my bag. I have 2 kids, so when I leave the house, it kind of looks like I'm packing up my entire life and moving. We're talking snacks, wipes, tiny objects that small humans have handed me. It's kind of chaos. Right there. So my thought process was, what if the jacket was the bag? So I'm planning to use the Ilford jacket by Friday Pattern Co. And it's already a pretty structured jacket, lots of pockets, slightly oversized look too, so it's nice and boxy and forgiving. I do kind of want to push it further. I'm thinking extra pockets, bigger pockets, and maybe a pocket in the back with a zipper for where the nappies and wipes can go. So with the pockets, I'm thinking is down here where we have the 2 bottom pockets, I could add a side pocket that sort of just hangs out in the side. This is going to be really rudimentary because I can't draw the crap. So I'm thinking 2 drink style pockets that could go on the side of those pockets to hold their drink cups. Because that is important. We have to have water, we have to stay hydrated. And then we've got these 2 at the top. Now I'm thinking I could also put at least maybe 1 or 2 pockets on the inside if I line it. So that is an idea that I'm working on. But the main pocket that I want for this, because I really do not want to have to take a bag out of the house, is to put a zipper pocket along the back here that would be large enough to hold at least a nappy on each side for each of the kids and a packet of wipes, so I don't have to take anything out of the house. So this is my plan for that. Fabric-wise, I've been going back and forth. I keep coming back to a canvas or a twill. I did consider using a jacketing material, but I figured that might be a little bit too hard for my poor domestic machine, so I quickly ditched that. And the fabrics that I am currently tossing up between, there's 4 different prints. So I have 4 options for the fabric for this. They're all drill. So just a normal cotton twill fabric, and they're all prints because I like my prints. I like fun clothing. So we have a couple of options. I'm still narrowing it down, but I think it's going to be somewhere between these 4 fabrics. Now, the cotton twill shouldn't be too bulky or stiff, which means it should still be fairly functional for everyday life and moving about with 2 kids. So that is a plus. The idea with this one is to sort of look really functional, but also still look like a person. Like, I'm a mum, but also a human being, and I'd like to look like one. That's the goal. All right, the second project is kind of born out of necessity because I am, no joke, terrified of fitting rooms. Fluorescent lighting, it's flattering to no one. And, you know, like, it's all around just a very demoralizing experience having to try jeans on. So rather than inflict the emotional trauma on myself of going into a clothing shop and trying on jeans, I figured I'd make them because while it may be chaotic and go terribly, terribly wrong, I won't come out with emotional trauma. So, but I am planning to use the Calamint pattern by Mood Fabrics. I've never made jeans before. I didn't want to buy a pattern, so Now for this one, I am leaning towards a denim that has a little bit of stretch in it. Not because I'm weak, I like joy in my life and feeling comfortable in my clothes. So if I can wear something that's not super rigid, I'm gonna. I haven't really explored many fabric options for this one because I do actually have denim fabric in my stash that I've had for probably 4 months now. I bought it for $6 a meter. I cannot remember if it's a stretchy denim, but it was $6 a meter and it's a really nice tan color. So I'm probably going to use that, or I'm going to cave and buy something that I really don't need, and that will continue to sit there in my stash. This project isn't really about finding the perfect jeans. It's more about learning what fits my body and also avoiding the chaos of a fitting room. But yeah, I'm mildly terrified of this one. Now, finally, we have the project that is pure delusion, because I do not have a pattern for this one. I have a couple of things saved on Pinterest and a dream, but honestly it's been stuck in my head. So I'm on a mission to make the perfect gingham dress. I want a fitted bodice, a floaty skirt, and ruffle detailing. Kind of want it to feel a little bit romantic, but at the same time be comfortable to wear all day. The main point of inspiration for this one is this stunning dress here. I am obsessed. This popped up on my feed like a couple of days ago. I have not been able to get it out of my head ever since. The ruffle detailing on this has me in a vice grip. I may have spent an hour looking for this dress and finding out where it originated just so I could see what fabric it was made for and just try and get some better quality images. I did end up finding it. It's a dress by Molly Goddard, and it is the ruby ruffle gingham dress. It is stunning. Originally, $2,500. But she's real pretty. So something I noticed with this one that I want to translate into the one that I made for myself is that it does have those gathered panels on the side of the skirt. It also has 2 bust darts, and they're the side ones. They're not the into a waist where the skirt meets type of deal. I think that's because from what I can see here, the front of the dress is actually one panel, so it's kind of like a mirrored singular piece all the way down, and then the side where the gathered panels sit, it's like that. It's hard to explain, but for that reason I think that's why they went with the side bust darts. Just a normal thin strap. Pogie, get off the bench. I can see you, doofus. Tall dogs have way too much efficiency in bench surfing. It's ridiculous. Where was I? Yes, gathered panels. So it has the gathered panels at the side, which are just stunning for helping with the shape of fluffing out your hips. It's a nice detail. But then the thing that absolutely destroyed me with this dress and made me unable to think of anything else was the ruffle detailing that is stitched onto the skirt the whole way around. It has the 2 on either side of the skirt at the top, and then it's got a section all the way around, a section of 2 all the way around, and then a section of 3 all the way around at the bottom of the dress. That is a lot of ruffling. And I also know it's going to do my head in having to recreate that, but I really want this dress, or as close to it as I can possibly get. So while I know it's going to absolutely annoy the crap out of me to do it, I think I'm going to commit. So those are the 3 projects that are currently taking up all available space in my brain. Pogie, I know you think you're the star of the show, but you are not. Up here. Up here. Yep, that'll do. We've got the hyper practical mum jacket, the I don't want to go into a fitting room jeans, and the completely Delulu gingham dress. I kind of feel like all together they really represent where I'm at right now, like wanting to be practical and comfortable, but also have a lot of fun with my clothing. If you have any pattern suggestions, fabric suggestions, want to voice your opinions on the fabrics that I have shown today, or generally just any other information you have to contribute in my pursuit of the perfect gingham dress, drop it in the comment box below. Please like the video if you enjoyed listening to me talk about my unhinged sewing project plans. And if you liked this video and you haven't done so already, feel free to subscribe. I upload every 2 weeks and I aim to have fun here. So with that being said, I will see you all in 2 weeks. Goodbye now.